Let's see. Long scripts. I don't like long scripts.
I don't mind them. I don't mind them.
I'll start off by saying that. I think there was a time where I didn't mind them, but now they just get me tired. And that's what we're going to talk about. Like, how to pace yourself, how to do a long script, what's the best way, how to make it the best, how to get the best out of it, how to get the most out of it.
Like, I honestly don't mind. The only thing with long scripts is that I need to plan time ahead of time. For example, if I know I have a couple hours worth of audio to record, I need to make time in my schedule. That's the only thing with long scripts that gets me sometimes.
That's true.
Because not only do I need to record it, but I need to edit the whole thing. So yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. But with long scripts, I mean, if you're really stubborn, like maybe I am, or maybe I don't know if Christopher is, I'll do it all in one go. But then again, we've been doing this for a while.
I'll do it in one go as well.
Yeah, we pretty much do it in one go. One of the reasons that I preferred going that route is that my audio will sound the same. I don't have
Consistent.
to... Yeah, consistent.
Consistency.
That's a huge thing.
Absolutely.
If you record one half of a long script on Tuesday and then record the other half on Friday, like, no, I'm sorry, but...
It's possible. You can do it, but it's harder.
Yeah, you have to tweak the volume, maybe...
Your volume could be different. Your
The ambience in the
mood, your
room is different.
ambience, your personality. Maybe like you got into a fight that day.
Wow.
Okay, I don't
no,
think
that's true.
I mean, it's little things like that's an example. Like I'm saying, like maybe you got some road rage or still little things like that, or you spilled your milk this morning, or
Wow.
you spilled some coffee on yourself in the car.
Wow. No, honestly,
toe.
honestly, I have to
Dog bit you.
agree. Oh my goodness. I have to agree that even though I'm Christina and this is how I talk, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I record scripts and I noticed I'm a little peppier, like a tinge, and some
Yes.
scripts I record like a
Yes.
little more serious. And if I record it on Tuesday, have to go do it again on Friday, I have to re-listen to how
you sounded.
how specifically I was feeling that day almost.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
that's a bummer.
But if you do everything in one session, you are gonna sound consistent.
Yeah, it's a given. You have to.
Well, there is one caveat. You get tired.
Yeah, obviously.
And if the script is extremely long, your voice gets coarse. So even
No
though,
matter how good you are.
yeah, no matter how good you
It's-
are, your voice will start to get coarse. That's for extremely long scripts. At that point, I recommend splitting it up into 2 sessions. You have no choice.
Yeah, and when you say long scripts, I mean, it's not even a word count, like a definite word count.
Yeah.
It depends on like like
Time, how much time you're putting into
maybe you make a lot of mistakes and it just
Exactly.
makes it really long.
that's
a
true.
long session.
Yeah,
can
it could
really
be a
short.
it could be a somewhat short script.
I've had
Well,
short scripts where like I just keep messing up and my voice is tired at the end.
It starts to
because I
change.
just- yeah.
Yeah. So you have to keep that in mind. Like,
Yeah, you do.
how is your voice not only sounding, but how is it feeling when you speak? Like does it get harder to speak? Does it start to hurt? Like, that's when you know you've gone too far. So you have to monitor how you're sounding.
And it gets so much harder to get sentences out. I feel like I'll start stumbling and just screwing up my
Exactly. You start to get
enunciation.
tired. You start to
just
get out of the
sloppy. You
zone.
just get sloppy.
Your body wants a break.
Yeah.
Your voice wants a break, and you want to stop and recuperate.
And I record standing. I think you record standing as well. And
Yeah.
the balls of your feet are gonna start hurting.
Yeah, you start getting tired, basically.
Yeah.
You monitor your voice, how it's sounding, and when you feel it's starting to give even a little bit, you start to pick an ending spot.
Exactly. That's so important.
Yeah.
Because
Pick an ending spot.
even when you think you're gonna remember, I'm ending at the sentence that ends in and she fell down. You're not gonna remember that you ended there.
Yeah.
You have to go highlight that sentence on whatever page it's on because you will forget. And it stinks to record a bunch of sentences you already did because you forgot where you stopped.
Yeah, I agree. You have to, one, if you can, record it all in one session.
That's always preferred. Please do that.
Yeah, that's for, let's call it normal long.
Yeah, normal long.
For normal long scripts, record it in one session. You shouldn't be tired by the end.
Or you could be tired.
You
but
could be
just,
somewhat,
You just
yeah.
push through.
You push
and
through,
did
yeah.
it.
But it's not to the point where you notice a big change in quality or your voice starts to
if
hurt
there's
or feel
quality
coarse.
difference, then don't do
So
it.
that's normal long, where you can actually get through it and you sound pretty much the same throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, but maybe it's like such a long script that it's like an audiobook. Like no way in heck
Yeah.
anyone can do that. No.
So that's when you get beyond normal long, when it's
Yeah.
like really,
Project.
really long or project length. You need to break it up. You need to start to monitor how your voice is feeling. If it's starting to feel coarse, you're starting to get tired, you gotta break it up into either 2 or 3 segments.
however many segments you need.
However many you need, exactly, to get it done so that you sound consistent and your voice sounds good in each one.
Yeah, but let's say it is normal long and I am pushing through it. I'll have water. That helps a lot.
Water helps
I
a
kid
ton.
you not.
That's a must for long projects.
And sometimes I'll just sit down. I'll pause the recording, but I'll just sit down for like 5 minutes and then get up and keep recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stretch. I'll like just move around a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll skim through a little bit to see what's coming up, see how much left I have left to go. And that I do that when I'm getting tired. I'll look at how much I have left in the script. And I think, okay, can I do this? Am I like almost at the finish line, or is this going to take a whole nother day? And then I decide from there.
Yeah. I mean, you could also, I can't say honestly that I've done this, but maybe record half of it and then edit it and package it while you're resting. I don't think I've ever done that, honestly, but you could do it. You get what I'm saying?
Record it? What do you mean?
Record like a portion and then during your break, edit it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that.
That's true. You could do that. You could multitask. You could switch.
Time efficient.
You could be time efficient. Record some, rest, edit while you rest, get back in and record. You can do that.
Yeah.
That would be time efficient, but
honestly, like, your voice needs more time than just
It
10
does.
minutes to recoup. Like, once you're tired and hoarse,
you
you
need-
need like a night's sleep. Like,
you need to sleep. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It takes time for your voice to recuperate.
So maybe that's why I have never done that.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
All right, we're trying to give good advice here.
It might work for someone.
It might work for someone. Yeah, that's true.
It
That's
might
a good
work for
point.
someone. Or maybe your feet are getting tired, and maybe not even your voice.
I think it's just a good practice to take breaks.
Yeah,
Whenever you're feeling tired, whenever appropriate, just take breaks.
I agree.
It helps you. Take a sip of your water, stretch a little bit, read the script.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a good way to pace yourself through long scripts.
I don't know if that I have any other tips for long script.
Keep your speed consistent.
Yeah, that'll happen where you start reading off maybe really energetic, and then
Yeah.
halfway through you
And
forget.
it's not a good
"How
thing.
was I-"
It's because the thing is, if you skip around in your audio, you shouldn't sound like you're rushing at one part and another part is super slow. It's just not professional. It's not consistent.
Oh, you know,
Especially for audiobooks. Super important that every part in the audiobook sounds the same speed and the same energy.
yeah,
That one's audiobooks is especially important. So if you're doing an audiobook, you need to listen to a control audio.
yeah.
That
I have
means
one of those.
you need to record the first chapter or the first couple pages, whatever. Like, just make sure it's a good size sample. That's going to be your control.
I always go back to listen to that.
Go back to that and listen to that before every session, and you decide this is what I'm going to sound like
Just a refresh.
for the rest of this book.
Yeah.
It's a good refresh.
I feel like this happens to me a lot too. If I'm recording a long script, I have to be careful that I'm talking at the same volume, because let's say half of the
Yes.
script I'm talking,
Yes.
decently quiet, but then there's like a shouting sentence that I have to read, and she shouted. That'll mess up my whole audio. Like, when I hit pause, the whole entire audio will be really quiet.
It pushes the rest of the audio down a little
that-
bit. Yeah.
Pretty much makes you have to record the whole thing again, so don't do that.
That's a more advanced thing, but it's true. It's true. Some of the way audio works when you record it is it's based off of the loudest sound, especially when you normalize it. So normalizing it, I think that's what we're referring to, is when you normalize it, it basically makes the loudest sound 0 and everything else is pushed down. But if you don't normalize it, it's just gonna either clip it or it's just not gonna sound good. So for loud parts, you gotta either step back or you got to
No, I
adjust the gain. Adjust the gain.
No, I would just cut that audio, like stop
Oh,
it,
stop it.
and
That's
record
good.
all the loud ones in
You're right.
one go.
Agreed. That's a
Yeah.
good practice.
That's what
That's
I
a good
do.
point. Very good tip is if you need to shout or you need to record a loud,
Just do that in one batch.
yeah, stop the audio that you've done so far, record the loud parts, the loud
All together.
all the yelling parts or the loud parts together.
Even if they're on different pages or at different parts of the script,
That's
just do
gonna-
them all
yeah,
together.
That would take some like organization. You'd have to be really organized to do that.
Well, it depends on how long it is.
I personally I change the gain.
I don't do that.
You just
Too risky.
Go behind the mic, put it down. You can yell, and the mic is less
Honestly-
sensitive, and you can put it back up, and you're good to go.
I
You can
didn't-
mark or take notice, a mental notice of where your gain is at.
I didn't know you could change the gain mid-recording.
You can do it on these mics. You can
Wow.
even on normal mics, most mics. Yeah, you can change it. It won't affect it. It'll just It'll just
Wow, I learned something then.
it won't affect it negatively. And that's why we're on this podcast, to learn new things and teach you new things.
Yeah.
But, so a lot of good tips there for pacing
Tons of good
yourselves
tips,
and getting
yep.
through a long script and making sure it's consistent and sounds good the whole way through. I think that's a good amount of content for today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you guys probably want to know the longest script we've done.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't
I don't
remember.
even like
They
thinking
get
about it. I don't
long.
like thinking about it.
Yeah.
My
We've done
voice
some really
feels
long-
coarse just thinking about it. The long ones.
The longest we've done?
I've done a project which was like a series of motivational quotes.
Uh-huh.
Thousands. I think it was like maybe 15,000 words. It was long.
Yeah.
It was long. It took me a couple different sessions on different days.
Yeah.
Whew. It was so many motivational quotes. So many.
Probably muttering them in your sleep.
So much motivation.
I can't remember a word count off the top of my head, but I know one that was especially painful was someone was programming an AI.
Oh yeah, you've done a couple of those.
Yeah, AI character.
Yeah.
AI voice as a character. So they happened to pick a really peppy character. I don't remember. Well, yeah, they were all hard. Like Ash, Ketchum, or Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
Those are cartoon characters that are obviously like really energetic. So doing that, recording 1 hour of audio, and it has to be
Consistent, has to be in character.
well, not only that, it's more like I have to record maybe an hour and a half worth of audio because half of that is time I edit, I take it out, I pause.
Yeah.
So I have to always go over that hour. But that takes a lot out of you. Your voice is done. It's shot at the end because you have to be really loud for like an hour straight.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Anything that's cartoon or in character is going to be even harder.
Even harder
to do
as a
because
long script.
you're exerting more energy. So keep that in mind going in that you might need to break it up into more sessions
Yeah.
to do it successfully.
Uh-huh.
But if it's a normal audiobook, it'll be easier. The
Yeah,
less
way
effort
easier.
you have to exert, the easier it'll be to do longer scripts. The longer the scripts you can do.
Agreed.
So keep that in mind.
Yep.
We're talking from experience here. But yeah, like you said, some people really like them. Some people don't mind them. So it's all part of the journey and discovering what you like and what your voice is good at. Mm-hmm. So
Yep. Oh, and don't make mistakes. Yeah, because you'll have to go back and remember where you made that mistake.
More editing, yeah.
Yeah, or just be really careful because if you have to record like 10 hours of audio, I don't know that you're going to be able to re-listen to that whole 10 hours before you deliver it to a customer. So be very careful the first time through.
Yeah.
Because how are you going to find those mistakes? Be very careful. Yeah.
That's true. It's harder to find all the mistakes when you have really long audio.
Yeah.
But that's why you have to use our snap technique where you snap, you make a mistake, and it shows the spike. But even then, like, just learning some techniques and strategies to help you reduce the mistakes are helpful.
Very helpful. Yep.
So we'll go over those in a different episode. We do go over that. Yep.
Of course.
So we're here to help. But I think that's a lot of good content for today's episode.
Tons.
So thank you for joining us, guys.
Yeah.
We are excited, and we can't wait to help you.
Yeah.
We can't wait till the next episode. We
Definitely.
can't wait. This is a lot of fun.
Yep. I like getting to, what is it, like, was it rake my brain or rack my brain? What's that saying?
Pick your brain.
No, I've heard it said a different way, but
I
yeah,
don't know,
pick my brain.
The other way sounds really painful.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
Rake your brain? Like pass
rack.
a rake inside
what
your
am
brain?
I trying to
That
think
hurts.
of?
I don't know. I say pick your brain. I'm going to keep saying that. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.